Sometimes, even starting the engines can be tough, especially if you have to do it in the air. Under extremely rare circumstances, a jet engine may just stop, or flame out. We are now going to simulate an engine flame out to demonstrate an in-flight engine start.
Engine failure number 2.
Engine failure. Okay, I keep my hands on controls.
Okay.
And engine failure shutdown checklist, please.
Engine failure shutdown
start APU.
checklist. Starting APU. Condition: loss of oil thrust on one engine accompanied by illumination of the engine fail alert.
Okay, I start a slight descent to keep our
Okay.
speed.
In the next moment, no mistake is allowed. The pilots have to avoid accidentally shutting down the good engine.
Auto throttle disengage.
Disengaged.
Thrust lever close.
Close.
Conditions permitting operate for 3 minutes at idle thrust. But we have no engine motoring. Start lever cut off.
Cut off.
APU start on bus.
Put on bus, please.
Fuel balance. Not needed, I think. Wing anti-ice not needed now. Checklist complete.
Thank you. And
Try to
engine in-flight
start.
start.
Okay.
Course.
Engine in-flight start. Condition: engine start is needed after a shutdown with no fire or apparent damage. Note: oil quantity indication as low as 0 is normal if windmilling and 2 RPM is below approximately 8%.
Check.
Complete the engine failure shutdown checklist before attempting an in-flight engine start.
Did it
We have-
already?
There are two ways of relighting an engine that has flamed out mid-flight. If the speed of the aircraft is high enough, the resulting rush of air can be used to rotate the turbine, so by turning on the ignition, the engine can restart on its own. This is the windmill procedure. The other method is called a cross-bleed start, whereby compressed air provided by the operating engine is used to rotate and thus start the other flamed-out engine. This method is applied when flying at a lower speed. Both methods have an altitude limit of flight level 270, or 27,000 feet. A simple chart is used to choose the appropriate restart technique based on speed and altitude.
Okay, in-flight start envelope check. According to the envelope, the speed and the flight level, it will be a cross-bleed procedure.
Check.
So the checklist: thrust lever has closed, start
Closed.
lever cut off,
Cut off.
back switch on the affected side, right side is off,
Off.
duct pressure minimum 30 psi.
Yeah. 45 now.
Okay, and start switch and cross-bleed start, ground.
The engine starter switches are located on the overhead panel and have 4 positions. Off means that the ignition system is turned off. Cont is the continuous ignition mode used to prevent flameouts during takeoff and landing, and in heavy rain or snow. FLT can be used mid-flight to restart an engine that has stopped working but is still rotating. The GRD position is for starting the engines when the aircraft is on the ground, and compressed air for the start is available from the auxiliary power unit or any outside source. In certain cases, this mode is also used for restarting the engines in flight.
And 2 is rotating.
Okay. Move engine start lever to idle at a minimum of 1%.
Do it. Time check. We have 30 seconds.
An engine start can't take longer than 30 seconds.
Monitor EGT. It's very quick.
Okay, it's rising normally. After engine start, electrical.
We seem to have a normal start. It's
Yeah.
stabilized. Put on bus, please.
On bus, pack switch, auto. On the affected side, start switch is needed. You don't have
Not needed.
Yeah, okay, APU.
Remain on.
Remain
for the
on,
time.
and transponder mode selector is
Back to
TARA.
top TRA.
Set.
Okay,
Checklist complete.
thank you. Now climbing back 320.
Okay.
Sokan azt gondolják, amikor egy motoros repülőgép hajtóműve, összes hajtóműve leáll, akkor az már egyenlő a lezuhanással. Ez tévedés. Mindegyik repülőgép képes hajtómű nélkül úgynevezett siklásra, ugyanúgy, ahogy a vitorlázó repülőgépek is, amik ugyebár kifejezetten erre vannak kitalálva, tehát szerkezetileg így épülnek fel, bizony a motorral rendelkező repülőgépek is melyik jobban, melyik kicsit kevésbé, de képes siklani. Hát a Boeing 737-es is egy ilyen repülőgép. Nem is gondolná az ember, hogy milyen jó sikló tulajdonságokkal rendelkezik ez a repülőgép. Ami nagyon fontos egy ilyen úgymond lehetetlen szituációban, a repülőgépnek megfelelő sebességgel kell repülnie. Ez ennél a típusnál körülbelül olyan 200-220 csomó. Majd amikor már biztosan tudjuk, hogy a repülőtérre be fogunk érni, úgymond, akkor fogjuk kirakni a repülőgép kerekét és a mechanizációs eszközöket is, ami a fékszárny, orrsegédszárnyak, illetve ha szükséges, fékezni is fogunk, hogy mindezekkel növeljük a repülőgép légellenállását. Hát reméljük, hogy össze fog jönni. Nézzük meg!
In the simulator, we can also simulate situations that have never happened or are extremely rare. One of these situations is an emergency for which no training or checklists existed until 1983, when, due to a measurement conversion error, a Canadian airliner ran out of fuel mid-flight, and both engines of the aircraft stopped working. Fortunately, the captain happened to be a glider pilot, and after 13 minutes of gliding without power, he managed to land the huge airliner. In our scenario, fuel is going to run out within seconds, and all engine power will be lost. Let's see if our pilots can land safely, even in this extreme situation.
Loss of thrust both engines.
It's checked. Autopilot disengaged.
Disengage.
We had a fuel leakage somewhere. Okay. Plan to land at the nearest airfield, please. I start a slight descending.
The aircraft is gliding over the Greek islands. The nearest suitable airport for landing is Hippokrates Airport on the island of Kos.
Okay, it will be Lima Golf Kilo Oscar, Kos.
Okay. Set on fixed page, please.
Kilo Oscar Sierra. Confirm.
Confirmed. And 17 miles.
Airliners have excellent gliding properties, with an average gliding ratio of about 1 to 15. So even an aircraft of this size, gliding with no engine power, can fly 15 kilometers while losing only 1,000 meters in altitude. If we start the glide at an average cruising altitude of 10 kilometers, the distance covered will be 150 kilometers.
And I keep speed 200 for the time. We are about 20 miles out, so it means at 6,000 feet would be a perfect altitude. So we have a good altitude. Start APU, please.
Starting APU, may I read the loss of thrust on both engines checklist?
Please.
Okay. Loss of thrust on both engines. Condition: loss of all thrust on both engines accompanied by illumination of both engine fail lights.
It's our case.
There are 3 memo items but no fuel on board.
So engine relight is impossible.
Okay.
But proceed with the checklist, please.
Start switches flight. Not required, I
Not
think.
necessary.
Start levers cut off. Cut off. APU, if available, start and on bus.
Starting already. As soon as we have it available, put on bus, please.
On bus is.
Checklist completed.
Yeah.
Okay, so the nearest is Kos, 16 miles, which gives us a good distance and the hope to land.
$10,000 feet.
It's checked.
Lights.
Lights on.
Even in this situation, the approach briefing is not to be left out. The pilots will be far too busy later, and they have only one chance. A go-around is impossible now.
And as soon as we pass the airfield, please tell me the distances.
Okay.
One by one. Flap inhibit to flap inhibit, and expect gear extension at the very
Transition
final,
altitude.
very
Okay.
short final. Okay.
Landing gear should be extended as late as possible because it spoils the aircraft's gliding ability due to its huge wind resistance.
Transition.
Setting the QNH. 1009er, both sides.
Cross check. Thank you.
8,100.
Pass now. Check. As soon as we are about 4 miles, altitude should be about 2,000 feet. But I keep a little higher because we have to.
Okay.
Yeah, set the minimum 900 feet. Please.
900. Set.
That island is about 7 miles according to the map, so
Okay.
keep that track and cross-check the distance with the altitude.
Okay. We are on outbound leg now. Two miles.
Our speed is about 200 knots. It means
3 miles.
Thank you. It means go about 3 miles in a minute, and we have a descent rate about 1,000 feet in a minute. So it makes our life very easy.
4 miles.
Okay, I start turning. Maybe we are a little bit high. It's better than nothing.
5 miles.
And if we found it too high, we start with the gear. Tell me when you have runway in sight.
Runway in sight. We are too high.
Okay. Nope.
Még 40.
No problem.
Még egy 360.
Szerintem bele fog férni. Szerinted nem?
Én nem
Határeset?
tenném.
Esselünk.
Flying S-turns means banking left and right and flying along an S-shaped track. Pilots resort to this trick when they are too high and couldn't land in a straight line. Making S-turns during the approach means more distance to fly and more time to lose altitude.
Okay, gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 1.
Bank angle.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Set speed 160.
Speed 160.
Flaps 15.
2500. Sink rate.
Flaps 15.
Pull up. Sink rate. Pull up.
And we remain flaps 15.
Okay.
Set 150.
Speed 150. Set.
Sink rate. Pull up.
They're a little bit high. Flaps 30.
Sink rate.
Flaps
Pull
30
up.
set.
They're very high speed.
300. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brakes
Speed
up.
brakes up.
Full brakes.
$80, 60.
Check.
Innsbruck, in Austria, is located in a valley surrounded by mountains. The approach to Innsbruck is spectacular, but also very hard because of the high mountains close to the airport.
10,000 feet.
The approach starts over a radio beacon called Ratzenberg at an altitude of 9,500 feet. Then the ILS, with an unusually steep glide slope, has to be captured and followed deep down into a valley. The landing must be finished visually.
Approach briefing: Innsbruck, Austria, runway 26, localizer frequency 111.1, final approach course 255, set on both sides. The minimum altitude at DMA 18.2 is 9,500 feet. And this localizer is 5 degrees offset to the runway center line. Approach mode and starting descent. And flaps 1, please.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 5.
Transition altitude.
1015 set.
1015. Picit megfogjuk, jó?
Mhm.
Speed check, gear down. Menjen. Lassú legalább. Flaps 15. Flaps 25. Flaps 30, please. Flaps 40 and the landing checklist.
Flaps 40.
2500.
Landing checklist. Engine start switches. Continuous. Speed brake armed. Landing gear down. Flaps 40 green. Landing checklist completed.
Minimum. Runway inside. Contact. Landing. Auto throttle disengage. Autopilot disengage.
Check.
Wide slope.
Disregard.
Disregard.
Four 400. Wide slope. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 20. 10. 10.
Speed brakes up. Reverse around left.
Welcome to Innsbruck.
Madeira is a Portuguese island in the Atlantic Ocean, west of Africa. The airport, in the town called Funchal, has a 2,770-meter runway. The airport itself is unique and quite infamous. Only pilots with special simulator training are allowed to land here. The airport in Funchal is built on a shore with rising mountains on one side and the ocean on the other. To allow bigger airliners to land, the runway had to be extended, so a section of it now rests on pillars over the ocean. Landing an airliner on runway 5 is a spectacular and tough maneuver. You have to fly over a radio beacon called FUN and execute a more than 180-degree right turn. The turn is required because a straight-in approach would be impossible due to high terrain lying in front of the runway.
Set altitude 1200.
1200.
Making a turn like this so close to the ground is not easy. If the turn is too tight, you'll end up flying over the water again, while too wide a turn will give you an uncomfortably close view of the mountains. For a successful landing, you have to execute the turn perfectly, while constantly keeping an eye on speed and altitude. This is piloting at its best.
Align heading, please. Set heading 213. Flaps 1.
213.
Speed 1.
Speed 1. Missed approach point will be DMA 3.6 from Fox Uniform November. Runway inside now.
Runway inside. Decision is landing. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 15.
Flaps
Speed
15.
150.
Speed 150.
Landing checklist and stand by on flaps.
Okay, start switches, continue. Speed brake armed, landing gear down 3 green, and standing by on flaps.
Okay, flaps 30, please.
Flaps 30.
And now finish landing checklist.
Flaps
Flaps
in transit.
transit. Okay, 6 DME.
30 green lights.
Turning
Start
inbound.
return. Landing checklist complete.
Thank you. Set runway heading. Set VREF additive. Set 850 feet.
800. 900.
Perfect.
One to 7 set.
set 500 altitude.
500 set. Slightly below on the glide.
Engine is landing.
400. 300. 100. 40. 30.
5, 2.
10.
Speed brake set.
Così. Reverse unlocked.
$60 knots.
Manual braking. Okay, vacating to the right. You have controls.
My control.
APU available.
Bus, please.
Lights off. Shut down. Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps are off, except one for APU. Pitot heat is off. Hydraulic panel set. Flaps are up. Parking brake set. Engine start levers not off. Weather radar is off. Shutdown checklist complete.
Flying is really safer than you might think.